Bitcoin had a beautiful retest of its all-time high. Ethereum was flirting right with the all-time high and then dropped a bit, and we saw scam wicks. Scam wicks everywhere. That was Buzz Lightyear. That's not me. We're going to talk about it, show you what happened in the market. Absolutely nuts. We saw Binance US Bitcoin price go down to $8,200 in about 1 second. We're going to dig into all the news. There's a lot of it, as well as those charts. You don't want to miss it. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I am Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button with both of your pointer fingers at the same exact time. And if you don't do it at the same exact time, you have to do it again. You have to do it again if you don't do it at the same exact time. Guys, it was amazing celebrating the all-time high with you guys as it happened in real time here on Bitcoin. Could it happen today with Ethereum? I don't know. We're a little farther away than we were this morning. We were about $10 away a couple hours ago before the epic scam wicks, which we will discuss. I have no idea what happened there. Feels like somebody with about $1 trillion accidentally added an extra zero to every sell order on every exchange, on every coin at the same time. But seeing a quick recovery looks like it might have been a shakeout. But I want to talk about something real quick. And that is the fact that if you're here with me right now, you're still holding your Bitcoin, and you weathered all that nonsense that we went through since May 19th, once again, hearing about how Bitcoin was dead, it had failed as a hedge, that we were all completely nuts. Well, you deserve all of what you're getting right now, and you deserve all of the credit in the world. I want to play you a quick speech by one of my favorite human beings in the world, Snoop Dogg, right here to tell you how you should feel right now.
Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times. Snoop Dogg, you a bad.
Well, who's better than Snoop Dogg? And listen, I've gone on this rant before, right? We made the joke about God, like every, and this is not a knock on religion, just that like when you see athletes, you're like, I thank God for this, but you never see anyone blaming God. Never see anyone like, damn, I fumbled, but I guess God didn't want me to score. So, you know, that's not on me. That's not on me. But the person you should be thanking, and Snoop is right, and the sentiment here is correct. You are responsible for all of your own financial decisions. You're the one who makes those decisions. You deserve all the blame when they go wrong, and you deserve all the credit when they go right. So thank yourself. You, like Snoop, are a badass motherfucker. Let's dig into the news and the charts right now. I want to thank me for being here for you guys. I want to thank me for reading all this news this morning when I could have been sleeping. I want to thank me for putting out a free newsletter today. Anyways, Bitcoin all-time high breakout could target 86K, price chart suggests. The world's largest cryptocurrency price has now fully recovered from a near 50% correction earlier this year. Yeah, I mean, you have to, KPL, you have to say that. If you take a pop at religion, you got to say you're not having a pop at religion. It's kind of a rule. So this article's funny to me, because this article says that it's a measured move from a 200 MA breakout. I have never heard that as a technical indicator. And he says that the next level of resistance is 74,000. Show me on the Bitcoin chart where there's a resistance level based on previous price at $74,000. Doesn't explain why. I don't know. Maybe it's a fib extension or something. But guys, there is no religion. No religion. I was reading you guys, and I said religion. There's no resistance. Freudian slip. No resistance ahead. No resistance ahead. That's nonsense. But anyways, listen, after Bitcoin's all-time high, what's next? Well, it took 6 months for Bitcoin to surpass 65,000. It's a long time. Long time. We were all like Tyrone Bigum's like, well, you say there's a free all-time high coming, you know, like little crackheads just waiting for it to come down. Free crack giveaway. Well, now with the cryptocurrency's price already pushing towards 67K, market analysts are setting even more bullish price targets. Of course, this is when we start to pile on. So let's see what the analysts are saying. They're saying Matthew Dibb, operating officer at Stack Funds. He says 80,000 in the short term is their next spot target. Ulrich Lykke, L-Y-K-K-E, somebody from a country that speaks the language that L-Y-K-K-E is in. Give it to me. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bitcoin climb towards 100K during Q4 of 2021 or Q1 of 2022. Obviously. Juan Pellicer, research analyst at Into the Block. This growth is a phenomenal proxy of the institutional clients that have been adopting Bitcoin. I thought we even had a few more crazy ones here. But yeah, that's basically the gist. A lot of them too. Ben Caslin, head of research at crypto exchange AAX, also said he expects it to rocket past the 100K mark. Bottom line, now that we've broken the all-time high, we've talked about the idea of price discovery many times before. We've seen it on altcoins. Once you're in price discovery, it should keep going up. How high it's going to go, I do not know. But I want to talk about something in the newsletter to give us an idea of what that is. So today's newsletter was free. I'm not giving away any secret alpha that paid members get. It's $15 a month. It comes out 5 days a week, but every 2 weeks on a Thursday, we do a free issue. Well, I wrote up this thing this morning showing you what has happened the previous times we've had corrections. Here's the gist, right? We've had 5 corrections of over 50% on Bitcoin, not counting any price action under $1. 94%, 75%, 86%, 85%, and 56%. And this is how much it rose, not from the correction. So it corrected all the way back. You know, if you drop 50%, you got to go up 100% to get back. So after already getting there, this is what we saw in the past. After 708%, 343%, 1,620%, 228%, and blank now, because we just had a correction over 50%. If you take the average of those four, it's 724%. I'm not even going to go ahead and jump and say that it's the average, right? I'm not even going to say we're going to get the average. What would happen if we got a quarter of that average, 181%? That would put us at 119,000. And what would happen if it went by 362%? Just half of that average, 238,000. 238,000, and you know my target is 235,000, not based on any voodoo magic or crystal balls, based on the parable of the ox. We took the average of every single prediction we could find ages ago, stock to flow, Willy Woo, all of these, and it came out to about 235,000. Yes, past history is no predictor of future performance, but it often rhymes. So precedent does not mean it'll happen again, but it's happened every single time that we've made a new high like this and corrected. So that gives you an idea. And I want to talk about something else from my partners at Into the Block. Absolutely amazing. They talked about in the newsletter. If you don't know Into the Block, they're on-chain analysts. You can go sign up. Really cool. They do analysis for us almost every Wednesday and Thursday now. But here, Bitcoin all-time high and why this time is different. Another thing here worth discussing. There's 3 reasons why this time is different. I've touched on them before. Number 1, transactional volume and institutional appetite. We had this week, daily volume average was 700 billion on chain. At the last all-time high in April leading up to May, it was 100. We are 7x the on-chain volume at the same price here at the all-time high. Less speculation. In the graph here, we can see that the number of traders for Bitcoin was reduced by almost 40% since April. That means short-term wallets and people are speculating. It means that we're at the same price with 40% less speculators and a lot more holders. I've talked about this before. It feels like retail isn't even here. They haven't even started to FOMO in yet. That's proven. We don't have new people coming in here and speculating. We have people holding and less overheated markets. I've talked about this as well. So much less leverage in the market right now. Funding is relatively close to flat, but of course is going up. But here you can see, as can be seen in the graph, funding rates on exchanges like Binance or FTX are 50% below February and April numbers. We know that the massive crash before was a result of long liquidations and a liquidation cascade caused by too much leverage in the market. If there ain't enough leverage in the market, you can't do that. So it is very different. As Kristen just wisely said, a very healthy 65K. Moving on to news that had me going, what? JP Morgan, led by Jamie Dimon, perhaps Bitcoin's biggest hater in the world. JP Morgan says Bitcoin's record run is being driven by inflation. They went on also to say they don't think it has very much to do with the ETF at all, that that's a very short-term thing, and that this is truly an inflation hedge move. And I highlighted this right here. I even posted some of this on Twitter. Growing concerns over inflation have renewed investors' interest in assets that can act as a hedge, and that includes Bitcoin. Gold has failed in recent weeks to respond to heightened concerns over rising cost pressures, and the shift away from gold ETFs into Bitcoin funds has gathered pace. Quote, this flow shift remains intact, supporting a bullish outlook for Bitcoin into year-end, the strategist said. This is fact. Money is leaving gold. It's exiting gold ETFs en masse into Bitcoin and Bitcoin funds. Now, we all know that Bitcoin is a superior store of value at this point, or I should say a superior version of gold. Whether it's a superior store of value will take a lot longer time to determine, but it's better than gold in every single way. And listen, they're not the only ones saying this, right? Paul Tudor Jones says crypto is his preferred inflation hedge over gold right now. Let's just go ahead and watch his video, see what he had to say.
Talked about it, I want to say about 18 months ago on our air, probably March, maybe right when the pandemic was hitting, was your interest in Bitcoin as a hedge.
Bitcoin would be a great hedge.
As an inflation hedge.
Crypto will be a great inflation hedge.
Is it still a hedge at these prices?
Prices irrelevant.
I said then, I said now, I've got crypto in single digits in my portfolio. I have a small trading position in our fund. I do think we're moving into an increasingly digitized world. Clearly, there's a place for crypto, and clearly it's winning the race against gold at the moment, right? So yes, I would think that would also be a very good inflation hedge. It would be my preferred one over gold at the moment.
Paul, on that note, you saw that Bitcoin ETF that started trading yesterday, the one based on Bitcoin futures. There were a lot of seasoned investors who said, you know, that could be an issue. They like Bitcoin, the underlying issue, quite a bit better than the ETF because they worry that in times of trouble, that the ETF would trade at a steep discount to what you'd see to actually the underlying issue. What would you say to that, just to investors who are thinking, okay, I want to get into Bitcoin, how do I do it?
I think a better way to get in would be to actually own physical Bitcoin, to take the time to learn how to own it and carry it. I think the ETF will be fine. I think the fact that it's SEC approved should give you great comfort. I'm not a real expert in ETF, so I don't want to. But
do you believe that this means that regulators are saying, either blessing implicitly or otherwise, that crypto is here to stay?
I think crypto's here to stay. Look, this is the United States of America, right? The reason we're the most dominant economic power in the world is because we unleash our individual entrepreneurialism and creativity. And you're saying China did the exact opposite, right? That place is on economically a slow boat to the South Pole. Right. And as long as the U.S. can continue to unchain our entrepreneurs, we're going to.
Anywho, Paul Tudor Jones, we all know that he's an epic Chad. When he says single digits, we know that he means 9.99999% of his net worth is in Bitcoin. But he also agrees Bitcoin is a better hedge than gold, and it's acting that way. There's really no argument about it when you look at the actual numbers. That doesn't mean it will be the case long term. I saw somebody over here in the comments, now I'm looking back up, said gold always wins in the end. That was Kenny Marie. Listen, I like gold. I buy gold. And yes, gold's lasted 5,000 years, but it wins in the end until it doesn't. And right now it is not. And that could be the end if Bitcoin truly becomes that store of value, which I think we've been seeing happen. You guys have had some awesome things over here. I'm trying to go look back. You guys are moving too fast. Someone said that you can't wear gold. You can't wear crypto around your neck. And then someone said you can wear a hologram of crypto around your neck in the future. And yeah, we'll have Bitcoin chains. Don't even worry about that. I might make one. Let's take a really quick look at gold versus Bitcoin. First of all, this is just the gold chart, right? And this is going, I mean, back to 2021, you can see it's flat. right? You have to go all the way back to July 20th, August 20th to see where it topped. Yeah, this will probably break out and head up. This is not a bad looking chart unless, of course, you are, I might not have been showing it there, unless, of course, you're viewing it as a descending triangle, right? Now, descending triangle breaks up 62% of the time. People think it's a bearish pattern. People think that it's a bearish pattern, but 62% of the time, a descending triangle actually breaks up if it's in an uptrend, which this is, right? But like you have this thing going on here, right? You have this going on here, which is never necessarily what you want to see, which is, you know, kind of like the bouncing ball, right? Until it breaks down. Every time a ball bounces, it gets a little lower until it finally goes flat. That could be what happens. That's what people look for in a descending triangle, even though statistically that's not necessarily what happens. But for gold, you're looking for a break of this descending line, right? But like this is the beginning of the years, like here, you know, like it's lower than that. It was in the 1800s. It was in the 1800s. Let's look at Bitcoin blue versus gold with the axis on the left in gray. Look, I mean, right here, right? December 2020. Let me just like right in this area. They were basically effectively the same if you're indexed to 100 to give them apples to apples comparison. Bitcoin was here, 33,000. It's doubled. Gold is down. Gold was here at like I said, 1,800. It's now trading at 1,784. And you can see they've not been trading the same, right? I mean, gold going down, Bitcoin up. They are not behaving in the same manner as comparable stores of values and commodities like people would expect against the dollar. Generally, we see inverse correlation of other assets against the dollar strength. Bitcoin does not care anymore. It is a completely idiosyncratic asset and is absolutely crushing gold if you make an apples to apples comparison. Now, guys, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. I'm just going to remind you, I'm going to pull up this monthly chart every single time. I'm going to pull up this monthly chart every single time. Then I'm going to do this. I'm rich, bitch! Right? Because this chart shows obviously that we're flirting again around the area of the all-time high, trading above it. Down, up, down, up, down. We're going up. That's where we should be going. Every time the EQ, this dash line has been flipped to support or resistance, we've taken a trip to the top or bottom of the channel. If that happened in October, that'd be 189,000. November is 198. You get the idea, right? If we go out to January, we're already at 227. The longer it takes, higher the channel, higher the target. Now, taking a look at the weekly chart, we obviously got up here, previous all-time high at this level. We ideally want to see a close of the weekly on Sunday above 64,899, right? If we see a close below, it's not a big deal, but it gives us the opportunity, you know, to talk about a bearish SFP. That's a swing failure pattern. That's when you get the wick above and the close below, right? If this candle closes below, you have a wick above, and then you can make the argument that there's a ton of liquidity here, that the big players have pushed price into that order so they can, into that place so they can fill their sell orders. Seems counterintuitive, but that's how it works in markets where people need to engineer liquidity. I'm not saying this is happening. I'm just explaining the concept. Concept here, say that you wanted to sell billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, but you knew that you couldn't do it in this area, right? You need to find an area where there's liquidity, engineered liquidity. What is liquidity in this case? If you want to sell, you need buy orders. What buy orders are here? Well, if you break above the all-time high, you have a ton of people buying the breakout, right? Even talking about institutions, I'm waiting for the all-time high, then it's going to 80,000. Ton of people buying that breakout. That's why breakout traders often get wrecked when you see the wick and you see basically ends up being a stop hunt and coming down. And they also need to trigger stop losses on shorts. If you were short and the all-time high was probably your invalidation, so you had your stop loss here. What is a short stop loss? It's a buy order. More liquidity if you're looking to sell. That's why people sweep your stops. That's the exact concept here, right? Exact concept here. Okay. Now going down, we don't need to look at that. Going down to the daily chart, you can see the previous all-time high, of course, is slightly higher. The previous all-time high, let me add it to the chart, is here. We're trading right against it. But this purple line that we've tested 2 days in a row now was the previous highest daily close ever, a very key level, right? Very key level purple. It's been tested exactly, but we want to see obviously a break above this 64,895 yesterday. We want to see that hold today. Ideally, we're above it. There's no bearish SFP there on the daily already. We've already invalidated that. But let's talk about the scam wicks. I have no idea what happened here. But let's go through a few charts and see what happened. This happened across altcoins as well. I was watching Ethereum. It tapped right under the all-time high by like $10, and all of a sudden it was like $300 lower. Look at this. This is Kraken. Kraken. Maybe we should look at it on the 1 hour. Look at that. Kraken went down to 54,100. I mean, if you had, first of all, this is why you set stink bids. Just set some ridiculous buy orders that you think might hit just in case. Look at Kristen said she bought that flash dip. You're a Giga Chad, Kristen. I don't know how you saw it and made it happen unless you had standing orders, but you are absolutely a monster. Well done. Kraken down to 5,410. We have FTX. FTX down to 58,555. What a nice buy order. But, okay, guys, this happened across not every exchange, but a lot of exchanges. Want to see the wildest shit you've ever seen? Want to see the wildest shit you've ever seen? Binance.us. Let's go into the 1 hour. Let's go into the 15-minute. Let's go into the 5-minute. Let's go, I haven't done this. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Let's go down to the 5-second chart. Oh, didn't go. Maybe it's there. Just, yep. 5-second chart. 5-second chart. Bitcoin went down to $8,000. 8,200. 8,200, I believe. I see people saying 8,600. 8,200 exactly. 8,200. So if you had a stop loss anywhere, have fun staying poor. If you had a stink bid at $9,000 that you forgot about sitting there for a long time, have fun staying rich. Have fun staying rich. This did not happen on the main Binance. It happened on Binance US. But guys, a reminder that wild things can happen. It's unusual, though, to see it happen across exchanges like this. Obviously, it didn't happen on Bitstamp. I don't believe it happened on Coinbase. But holy shit, man. I don't know how much, if this is a lack of liquidity, if something was broken, if somebody with like a big, like there's like a whale, and because whales don't have hands, right? Whales don't have hands. And when they want to put in sell orders, they need to be really delicate, because like if you're a blue whale, you're so big, right? And your keyboard's small. So like, how are you going to hit your sell order? And maybe with your fat whale fin instead of your hands, you just, put a few extra zeros and you sold $1 trillion of Bitcoin and altcoins across multiple exchanges. That's the problem, is that whales don't have hands. And so it's really hard for them to trade. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum tops 4.2K eyes record high. Ether looks north, having breached a 5-month downtrend line. There's that line. They're showing it right there. There's a line. And so, yeah, like a little resistance overhead on the way to 43.79. Whatever. Let's just look at the chart. I don't need someone else's analysis. Analysis is spelled analysis. Analysis. Scott, drop the weed. Where do you want me to drop it? You can tell he was a DJ, not a comedian, can't you? Hey, Benjamin. Yeah. Just kidding, man. You're good. You're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, man. Whale fins just aren't good for typing. Ethereum Bitcoin has not reached the bottom of the channel, as TA would say it was potentially likely. Told you, though, we didn't see it get to the top here either. Still need to break this line for me to be convinced on Bitcoin, ETH BTC, but a really nice bounce. I showed you this candle yesterday. There's a beautiful doji. We started to have this green candle. I said that would be a likely reversal signal. But look, I mean, let's go in on the hourly, actually, on ETH. You had this Darth Maul candle, right? Look at that. Looks like on the hourly, Ethereum got to 43.75 with an all-time high of 43.84. $9 less, and then immediately drop to 41. Let's see it. Let's do the thing. 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute. Nope, didn't happen. Oh, yep, it happened in 1 minute. 43.50 to 4,100 in 1 minute. 1 minute. Why you gotta say fat fin? Can't you just say fin? I mean, listen, like blubber, whales, it's literally fat. Don't come at me, bro. I know science. I do science like all the time. I do science all the time. I do lots of science. Okay, so the idea, though, being here, guys, is gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe it gets rejected. I doubt it. But I would say if you're looking for a trade here at this point, you're looking for the break of the all-time high and price discovery. If not, maybe you can catch a bid at 4,000. But I think this is I don't know what that event was. It spooked the market a little bit. Maybe it'll take a little more time, but I think that it's going to go up. I mean, are you serious, bro? Add a soundboard? You serious, bro?
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yeah, I got a soundboard. I just need to add more sounds to my soundboard. But I do have it. I do have it right here. So cool. Yeah, guys, smash the like. Do it. Subscriber DJ competition. Sounds fun. Edgar would like you to know that he is science. KA Friday, trust the science. How do you know the whale's pronouns, Scott? That's a good question. I did not consider the pronouns could be a sensitive whale. Yeah, whale blubber, man. You just get that fin and then the blowhole goes off and it throws everything, right? Okay, let's keep going on with the news, people. Coinbase and NBA signed partnership deal, another tie-up for the Crypto Forward Sports League. We've seen a few teams in the NBA, like the Portland Trailblazers, I think with StormX, do patch deals and individual deals. Well, now the NBA has done a deal with Coinbase. It's not just the NBA. It's like the WNBA, NBA G League, NBA 2K League, USA Basketball. It's literally everything for a multiple year partnership. You're going to be seeing Coinbase everywhere. Obviously, Coinbase has to do it because Sam Bankman-Fried, Mega Giga Chad of Uber Mega Giga Proportions, has been sponsoring everything. They're sponsoring everything out here. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband. FTX sponsoring everything out here, just like this.
Well, obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park.
Rapist.
He's climbing in your windows.
Climbing in your
He's
window.
your people
Sam
up,
Bankman-Fried.
trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody out
Right.
here.
I mean, they're sponsoring everybody out here. Tom Brady, Trevor Lawrence, doesn't matter. They're sponsoring everybody out here. But we're going mainstream, guys. We're going mainstream. They're sponsoring everybody. Facebook's Novi strikes Bitcoin app spell trouble for Western Union, analyst says. BTIG analyst Mark Palmer says traditional money transfer firms are likely to face increased pressure from crypto projects. Oh, you think? Oh, you think? Yeah, yet again, water is wet. I know, guys, water isn't wet. Water isn't wet. Water makes things wet, technically. I know, we've been through this. But guys, yeah, I mean, obviously, if people can send free money fast without having to go to Western Union, they're probably going to send free money fast without going to Western Union. You pay a few percent at Western Union. If you're in a country like El Salvador, somebody sends you that money by Western Union. It arrives whenever it arrives. You go to the store, you walk outside, and then the cartel murders you and takes the cash that you just got from your cousin, sister, baby cousin Tracy in Texas, right? Western Union sucks. It's inferior. Everybody knows that those are predatory companies that are just beating up on poor people who have no other way to send money and remittances, and the crypto is a better way. And they're going to start to feel the pain here. They're going to start to feel the pain. Facebook, we're talking about a company, billions of users. Say what you want about Facebook or Bookface or whatever it's going to be called in the future. I don't know. Say whatever you want about it. But they've got billions of people's attention, and they're going to have a stable coin and wallet that's going to allow you to send money for free. Send money for free, right? Yeah, I mean, they're just going to you're going to take Western Union here, and that whale's going to just take the blubber and drop that fin over and over again. Andrew Yang and PleasrDAO release NFT to support Forward Party. Yang revealed his NFT collaboration on Twitter after joining the Bankless podcast. I got to get Andrew. I got to get the Yanger on the podcast. Mike, let's do the Yang thing. Let's get Yang on here. Former presidential and New York mayoral candidate Andrew Yang is moving forward with his Forward Party. Moving forward with his new Forward Party. It's a lot of forward. To help fund his third party, which seeks to reform the dysfunctional duopoly in the United States political system, he's revealed an NFT collaboration with decentralization project Bankless. I had David Hoffman from Bankless on my podcast, Talk All Things ETH. He called ADA a scam on the podcast. I did this. And then the ADA community came after me and said that I called ADA a scam. I remember that, David. It's fine. You're allowed to say whatever you want on my podcast. But man, it's hard when you interview people and they have an opinion, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, people assume that's your opinion. But yeah, dude, he's going to do some NFT things, raise money for the forward party. We're going to probably make it rain helicopter money on everybody if he wins, but at least that helicopter money will be crypto. But Yang is saying that he will be the party of crypto. So basically a bunch of 16-year-olds who can't even vote, who are living in their mom's basement, will be wearing Andrew Yang t-shirts. Mt. Gox creditors to get billions in Bitcoin after plan approved. It's happening. More than $9 billion in Bitcoin from Mt. Gox going to be distributed to creditors. I don't know what order they're doing it in. Is this the average person or the institutions that were behind it? I have no idea. I haven't dug that deep into it, and it's not very clear here. Also, they haven't recovered all of the coins, right? They have not recovered all of the coins yet, but you're talking about something that was worth 850,000 Bitcoin was valued at 500 million at the time. It's now valued at 9 billion. So listen, interesting question. If Mt. Gox actually, in theory, redistributed every penny that users of Mt. Gox lost in Bitcoin, not in dollar value, now, wouldn't being hacked at Mt. Gox be the best thing that ever happened to you in your entire life? Why? I mean, it's forced holding, right? I had Mark Yusko on the podcast coming back on again next week for the third round. And he said to me, you know what the best performing accounts in history at Fidelity are? The dead people ones that were never closed. Why? Because those people don't make bad, impulsive decisions about their investments. The best thing you can do is be dead, obviously, as an investor. So maybe the best thing you could do was be hacked, not have access to the coins that you definitely would have sold because you're an emotional asshole like the rest of us between now and 2014. Everyone who had coins on Mt. Gox in 2014, 99% of them would have sold their coins at like 10,000. They would have been like, oh, 10,000, woo. You know, like grand explosion, rubbing against the jeans, enough friction. We talked about it. Ethereum, unfortunately, was rubbing against the jeans here. You know, we were talking about this with the all-time high. Ethereum's rubbing against the jeans, but got the rug burn and didn't get the payoff. The jeans stayed on, right? But listen, the best thing you can basically happen to you is to not have access to your funds. And they didn't. So if they do get paid back, they should literally like tip the hacker. Give them just a tip. Just do that. Investing giant Pimco is considering trading cryptocurrencies. I mean, these guys are no big deal. They only have $2 trillion assets under management. $2 trillion. $2 trillion. That is a lot of money. A lot of trillions. Although like trillions is going to be like a million in a few years. We all know that. But yeah, they have investments in the cryptocurrency space already. They've been trading, but now they're looking to trading certain cryptocurrencies as part of our trend following strategies or quant-oriented strategies and doing more work on the fundamental side. This will be a gradual process where we spend a lot of time on the internal diligence side, speaking to investors, and we'll take baby steps in an area that's rapidly growing. $2 trillion asset manager coming in to crypto. Okay, next story. This one pisses me off. Y'all. This one pisses me off. I'm gonna let you see it. Here we go. NFT ownership collaborative PleasrDAO. What a name. Says it purchased rare Wu-Tang Clan album. Well, coincidentally, I'm wearing a Wu-Tang t-shirt, right? I'm literally wearing a Wu-Tang t-shirt right now. I'm a big Wu fan. Everybody knows that. Well, PleasrDAO says that they bought Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. You guys might remember that Martin Shkreli or whatever the hell however you pronounce that criminal's name. He bought the album and Wu-Tang was like, fuck this dude. This is the last guy on planet Earth we want to buy our album. He bought it for $1 million, I believe. Well, government federal auction sold it at $4 million to PleasrDAO. Would you have paid $4 million for this? Would you? Would you have paid $4 million for it? I might have paid $4 million for this album. And you know why? Because it went up from $1 million to $4 million. And so I talk about this, right? Most NFT crap nonsense. This isn't an NFT, but this is a one-of-a-kind album from the Wu-Tang Clan that will always have someone richer and a bigger fan than you that's willing to buy it. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. And, you know, I don't own it. In the words of Inspector Deck on Cream, Life is a shorty, shouldn't be so rough. Handcuffed back of the bus, 40 of us. Life is a shorty, shouldn't be so rough, man. You know, I want to own this album, and I know that I could own it. I could listen to it. I could hold it for 10 years and sell it to someone else for $10 million. Because there's definitely going to be someone out there that wants it. And you can see it went up 4 times. What a great investment, but I'm so pissed that I don't own it and I still have not heard it. It's absolutely freaking annoying. Russian oil industry asks regulators to let them mine crypto using wasted flare gas. We see this in Texas, all over the place. This is why miners are moving to Texas. We waste tons of energy that just goes flaring out when they mine things that can be harnessed for Bitcoin. That's why the energy debate is so stupid. It doesn't matter how much energy you use. It matters where that energy comes from. Matters where that energy comes from, guys. If it's energy that's being wasted energy anyway, it's no net harm to the environment. That's what the dum-dums and the PPs and the whack-whacks don't understand. Like, are you okay with wasting electricity, or would you rather, I don't know, mine Bitcoin to support your government and help the people? This is going to happen in Russia. We know that this is going to happen in Russia, guys. Right? And it's coming. So listen, the final story. I just saw this and I had to add it. New $420,690,000, 69 investors. That's how much Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto exchange FTX raised in its latest funding round. That made the value of the company, I believe, $25 billion. $25 billion. But listen, we've seen Elon Musk do things like this. I talked about it, right? Made the Model S, the 3, Model X, Model Y. Sexy. S-E-X-Y. Sexy. Yeah. So what an epic move. Dude took in exactly 420. For those of you who don't know, 420, smoking weed. 69, for those who don't know, I'm not the guy to tell you. And from 69 investors. Would your hair do that if you grow it out? I don't know. I've grown it out. My hair does the like, what is it? Like Swiss Miss. I get this like long thing and then it just does one thing. And I had that my freshman year of college, and coincidentally, no girls liked me much. Cut my hair off, and all of a sudden I was like Fabio out here just crushing it with I was just beautiful. Well, Fabio had long hair. It's not a great, but basically I had gone from zero to hero just by cutting off my hair. I was a reverse Samson. It was like nobody wanted to talk to me, whatever. And then all of a sudden got that hair. Yeah, it was looking good. Deep C's here again. My man from Philly. He's seen me with most of my dumb hairstyles. I think for a lot of the time that I was hanging with Deep Sea, I had I was like one of the first dudes with a faux hawk. So I had the shaved sides and the big thing in the middle. Had that big thing in the middle. It was dope. Yeah, just permit, bro. Like if my hair gets long, I'm just getting perm. I'm going to go full, like, just let your soul go. Yeah. Right? I'm going to get the activator and spray it in there. I'm going to get up off the couch. There's going to be a big ass stain like Coming to America. That's how I'm going to look. I would do that. What is the entry level of Ethereum? Weird question, bro. I don't do signals, but like if it breaks the all-time high I was talking about, but like my entry level is like, I don't know, $80 below that. $36 first time I bought it, actually. Do you still think we need a healthy correction? Need is a strong word. I don't think we need anything. Market going to do what the market's going to do. And I think we just had a 56% correction. We just got back. That's what's blowing my mind here. And it's not on you. Think about it. Everybody's yelling for a correction. I just showed you the data, right? Here, let's scroll back up. This is from the newsletter. This is how the percentage gains anytime we've retraced 50% after we got back to this point. We are just at this point now. We just got back. So no, I don't think we need a healthy correction. I don't think we need a healthy correction from here. I do love Sexual Chocolate, though. I put out a mixtape called Sexual Chocolate of all classics. Sexual Chocolate, and it plays Randy Watson at the beginning. Randy Watson. Ooh, that boy good. He good. That boy good. If you haven't seen Coming to America, we can't be friends. We cannot be friends. Did you smoke before the podcast? It's not a podcast. And B, no, guys, I don't do drugs. I am a drug. You could probably like smoke me and you would have a great time. Surprise crypto youngins. I kind of read it young guns, but I know Emmy's saying youngins haven't adopted SPF's hair as trendy yet. It's hard to adopt someone's hair and be trendy if your avatar is a cartoon NFT or something else. We don't even know what people in crypto look like. Okay, well, basically done here. I'm looking at your comments at the moment, just seeing what you guys are talking about over here. Backstreet Boyish. I was okay. Well, I was a little Backstreet Boyish. That's fine. That's fair. That is fair. Yo, Ryan O'Donnell knows Deep Sea. Y'all know each other. Take it. Get a room. Not time for whatever. Yeah, you smoke, bro. You talk about me doing drugs. I am the drug. I am drugs. Calling weed a drug. Someone said calling weed a drug. Marijuana is trading fool. Someone said calling weed a drug is ignorant. Is it racist to call it a Jewfro? No, I don't think that's racist. I think that's I'm Jewish. I was raised Jewish. I would call myself an atheist. Raised Jewish. And I'm not offended by you calling that a Jewfro, but I'm not offended by many things. Since we call it a Jewfro, we want the fro. We need it. Yeah, I got you. I got your Gollum right here. I can't do a French. People want a French accent. I can't do that. I have to practice. Yeah, guys, we're basically done. Yeah, drugs slowly down. I'm half Jew and my bro has a Jewfro. So Kristen would like, that's also apparently, yeah. Guys, like the smash button. Just like that smash button. By the way, every human being, anatomically has a smash button. That's true. They do. They have a smash button. So yeah, guys, it's time. I've beaten this dead horse enough with my big whale flippers. I guess we're not going to get that Ethereum all-time high. Very disappointing. But until tomorrow, my dearest of friends. Deuces.
That's dope.